Yo, what is good, y'all? We're back. Hope that all you guys are doing well. In today's tutorial, I'll be breaking down how you can create this flying 3D money effect inside of After Effects, and also how you can turn it into this kind of transition. I'll be going through everything step by step for you guys. I'll also have all of the models and assets that I'm using linked in the description. So let's jump straight into After Effects. So right here I have my clip from this Lil Yachty music video where it kind of throws the money up in the air and then it's falling back down. But I'll be creating my own 3D money to kind of fill out the scene with some more money that's falling down, and also make a transition between these two clips with a money asset. So to start this off, I'll be selecting my layer. I head to the tracker menu right here, and if you don't find this tracker menu, just head up to window and press tracker right there, and then press track camera. Now what this does is it's basically tracking the scene for you, but my scene is a static shot, so it isn't really needed for me because the camera isn't moving. But for your scene you might need this, so all you need to do next is create a camera and then remove this text. So now you have a 3D tracked camera that is linked to your scene. Yo, sorry to interrupt, I just wanted to let you guys know that if you're watching this on Black Week, I have a huge sale going on my store. All my editing packs and assets are extremely cheap right now, and everyone who buys a pack will also get an exclusive Black Friday pack for completely free. So not just a huge sale, you will also be getting free packs on the store. And for anyone that's interested, I've also launched one-on-one exclusive coaching for Black Week, and anyone who gets that will also get a free pack with it. So if you're a fellow editor, make sure to check the link in the description. But back to the video. 3D tracked camera that is linked to your scene, so you can track the money to that camera, and we will also be using this camera to mess with the depth of field to get some kind of blur on the money when it's falling down. But like I said, I don't really need this, so I'll be removing it from my scene. So I'll start off by creating a new solid layer, and this solid layer I'll be adding on an element effect, and this element effect is a plugin, and the whole effect is basically built around this element plugin. So if you don't have it, make sure to go and get it. It's essential when you're making this 3D type of effects. But I'll be heading to the scene setup right here. I'll import a money 3D object, this one right here, this $100 bill, and press normalize size. I didn't make this money effect, I just turned it into an OBJ file because it wasn't an OBJ file when I downloaded it, and this will be linked in the description. But I will be sizing this down and then press the front right here and then mess with the reflectivity a bit. And you can also add an environment to your money if you like that. I'll be using this one, Garage Blurred, and I'll also mess with the orientation, kind of make it stand up like that. And that's basically everything that we need to do in here. Now we just press OK. Now we have this $100 bill right here, and I will go up to group 1 and go to the particle replicator, and after opening up particle replicator, I will turn the replicator shape to 3D grid. There are so many ones that you can use here, so you can just mess with these ones and find one that you like. I really like 3D grid when the money is coming down like it's supposed to do in this scene. And then I'll head down to the replicator effects and open up the scatter, and let's mess with the scatter effects to make them separate from each other so they're not stacked up on each other. So just drag everything up until you get something that you like. I like to keep the Z scatter really high, like 90. Let's do 87, and let's do the Y scatter around 28, and X scatter like that. And now I'm pretty happy with how that looks. Now we will be messing with the grid right here, and I'll be turning up the grid Y to 5. And now let's mess with the position. So I'll be dragging up the position all the way up like this. Create a keyframe right there, drag it back to the beginning of our scene, and then go to the end of our clip right there. I forgot to cut it, so I'll cut it right there. And right here we will be dragging the position all the way down, so it's basically falling all the way down and won't be in the frame at the end. So now if I play it through, this is what we got. Just a basic money falling effect, and it doesn't look the best right now, but what it needs right now is some kind of rotation. So I'll be going to the particle look right here and press multi-object and enable multi-object, and then go down to the rotation right here and we will basically be messing with all of the rotation effects. So go a couple frames in so we can see the money effects, and I'll be playing with the rotation. I'll start off by playing with the rotation randomness. This gives every single dollar bill a different rotation, and we will be keyframing that, and press U so I can see my keyframes and drag it all the way back. Let's go to the beginning of our clip and keyframe all of our rotations and go to the end, and let's turn them all up like a lot. Let's do 1 and 87 for that one, and I think Y can be minus, and then X will also be some high number. And now if I play it through, it will look a lot better. That looks much better. And you can also turn on motion blur to give it a little bit more realistic look. And now I'll be messing with the lighting so we can make the dollar bills look a little bit better. So I'll be going down to render settings and press lighting, and we can choose some kind of lighting here. Clean blue looks really good, especially with this money, but I think I'll use spot. But just mess around with them and find one that you like. I think I'll go with product. That looks good for my scene. One thing that I just don't like is that all of the money is stacked up right here, and it's not too much right here at the end. And that's basically because of the scatter. So let's mess with the scatter a little bit more to get something that's a little bit more proportional, not just stacked up at the same spot. You can also mess with the random seed right here to kind of just get some randomized look. But after you're just messing with it, but like I said, for these ones you just have to mess with it to get something that you like and looks good for your scene. And once again, I'll be dragging up my position so they're out of the frame, and now if I play it through, it should look much better. And that looks much better. I just need to drag down the position at the end right here like that. And I also think it could use some more rotation, so I'll be pressing U to get all of my keyframes up and go to the end, and right here I'll be dragging up the position all the way for almost all of my keyframes, and now it looks something like this. Now to make it look a little bit more realistic and give it some blur, I'll be creating a new camera. And if you already have a camera, you don't have to do this. Just go to your camera settings right here, camera options, and turn on depth of field. I'll be turning down the focus distance to 1300 and the aperture to 13. Focus distance and the aperture for a little bit, I decided to put the focus distance to 1600 and the aperture to 54, and that way I kind of have this blur going on with the money bills that's in the front, and the ones that's in the back are also blurred, but the ones that's in the middle are not that blurred and looks really great. Now that I'm done with that, I'll also be adding on a drop shadow, and I'll be putting it right behind my dollar bills, not to make it look realistic because obviously it doesn't have a shadow behind them. This is just to make it look a little bit better, more aesthetically pleasing than realistic. But it's starting to look really good right now, and the final thing that I want to do to my dollar bills pause is to add an RSMB. This is also a plugin and it's an additional motion blur. So I'll be messing with the settings, turn it down to 15 to 0.15 at the blur amount, and turn up the motion sensitivity to 85. And now I have a really good blur right now. And the final part will be to drag on this overlay. This is a flying money overlay. I did not make this one, but I'll be seeing every editor use this one, and it's honestly really great. The one part that I want to use is the transition right here at the end, so I'll just be cutting that out and use it right here between my clips. Also, if you guys would like an overlay pack, make sure to let me know and I'll get that done. But right here I have the transition, and I just gotta line it up perfectly like this. And I can also remove the 3D camera tracker from this clip. And now if I play it through, it should look really good. And when I play it through, I kind of realized that the drop shadow looks horrible, so I'll be removing that one and just keep the RSMB. And now I'll play it through one last time and show you guys what it looks like. And I just did one last change. I removed all of the money in the beginning because it doesn't throw the money until right here. So that's when I want it to come in. So if I play it through right now, this is what I got. But that's it for today's tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And like I said, I have some great packs with a huge Black Week discount, linked in the description, and make sure to check that out if you're interested. But I'll see you guys in the next one.